All right. Hello. To fix myself with my coffee today with the new mug. As I showed this in one video before, I love this mug. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Mima, and in today's video we're going to speak about something very, very, very important. So if you want to avoid having an art block, if you want to avoid being uninspired, unmotivated, giving up on your art in general, like having lack of self-respect, self-esteem, self-confidence when it comes to basically anything in your life, not just art, because this can really affect even your everyday life. Stop trying to find your art style. Like, guys, this is so important. You're gonna realize everything what I'm about to say now, but like, just stop doing this. It's a trap. That's definitely something that I really, I made a video 6 months ago, or like something in the beginning of this year, something like that. Not sure, not remember. I actually created a video, how to find your own art style, in 2023. And I was one of those, I think I was one of those sheeps, like, wherever the sheeps are going, I go. I don't mean to offend no one, but like I went to the direction where everyone were just going, because I believe that it's the path for me. I wasn't thinking like just sitting with myself and actually thinking like, okay, what exactly that is. I never actually went deeper and dived deeper into the subjects, such as like, you need to find your own art style so you can be a good artist. Like, I have even no idea who invented that word. That word didn't even existed. Like, the whole point of finding your art style didn't even existed before the social media. Like, none of the artists were actually caring about the art style. What does that actually even mean? Like, I came to so many realizations like for the past few months, and I dived much deeper into the whole subject, and I realized that it's so messed up now because of all these like social media insanity and like promoting yourself and going online and this. So like, finding your own art style actually appeared when the social media appeared. Finding your own art style doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't have anything to do with how your art path should actually look like. Like, in this case, don't be the white sheep and follow where everyone is going. In this case, be the black sheep. It's much better, and it's so much better to be actually like, be the black sheep here. Why? Like, I'm gonna like, even though I spoke in the beginning of the year about like how to find your own art style, and you can find it in my YouTube, and I'm gonna leave it there because you live and you learn, and you all have like different experiences and everything, and like, I learned so much now, and I want to like leave that video there as a reminder of how was I actually wrong in you actually trying to find your own art style. Like, there's still some good tips and like regarding your art in general, but this is so wrong. It's so many ways. This is really wrong. Like, listen, finding your own art style is just basically limiting your mind. You have no idea how many artists actually gave up because they were struggling to find their own art style, their own expression. So they didn't give themselves enough time to actually try and experiment, be creative, be curious, explore, try out different things. It's because that's another issue, that we are used to having everything instant. So like, we want instant coffees, instant food, instant relationships, instant things. Like, we want everything here and now. So like, we are not giving ourselves the time to actually explore, the time to actually be curious, to explore new things. So if you're a beginner, you're getting confused by all these things, thinking that like, if you have a certain skills, for example, to draw a SpongeBob in 4 different parts, and it looks nice and you can represent it in a good way, that means that it's working. No. So if you want to find your own path of promoting your work, that's completely fine. But that's not your art style. It's not something that defines you as an artist. Art is something that is being corrupted nowadays so much. And the reason for it is that like all those trends, all those ridiculousness, all those like more of the like, it's all about how you represent your work. Like if it's fancy, if you have the RGB lights, if you have the cool colored pencils somewhere placed, if you have good sounds following your scribblings and stuff, like that means that it's a good art. So that's not something that you should be following. It has nothing to do with who you actually are as an artist. You need to realize that as soon as you like had a desire to pick up a pencil or to pick up a charcoal or I don't know, pastels or acrylics, anything, you're being called to be an artist. You want to be free. You want to be free. You want to be creative. You want to learn new things, experiment. Like just picking up a pencil for me is making you an artist. And what's a better thing than actually being able to experiment, than actually being able to be creative? Like the moment I started to experiment and the moment I started like not to actually care if I'm following, because for example, most of my drawings that kind of made me famous on Instagram, for example, at the moment I have like 40,000 followers on Instagram. Those were mostly like some colorful drawings of the hair, like certain hairstyles and all. And the way how I was representing my work as well, like I like to use a bit more of a contrast when it comes to colored pencils and all, but that, for example, I saw that that was working out for my audience. And I could have gone in the way like, okay, this is working, I will just push this and I'm not gonna care. But do you see how that is actually limiting you in exploring who you actually are as an artist? Like that's the whole point of being an artist. Not limiting yourself, not having any boundaries, not having any rules. Like, okay, there are certain rules like when it comes to, I don't know, certain techniques, like you cannot mix, I don't know, oils with water, but even now there's like water soluble oil, so you can actually even do that. Again, flying friends in the house. I don't know where they're coming from. Basically, there are certain rules when it comes to certain techniques that you actually need to learn, like certain techniques when it comes to actually drawing a like anatomy or a face or something. But even that, like certain artists had their own way of expressing that and they were very good artists. It doesn't like, I think that we have like completely picture of like what, like how your art style is supposed to look like. Will you be accepted on the social media? Like we got everything wrong. And I think that that's the issue of the whole art community. Like what, and I think that it's the issue of loads of influencers that are having millions and millions of followers and subscribers and everything, is that they are like, because they have a good reach. And instead of actually speaking about all this, they're putting the wrong image in like to the young audience and to the beginner artists, and you're just ending up being so confused. Like you in the end don't actually know what art is all about. There are so many artists that they spend their lives just experimenting, just being curious about new things, about new art materials, about new styles, about new techniques, about new ways of approaching each and every painting, each and every each and every drawing, each and every, basically, I don't know, colors, lights, anything. That's the whole point of being an artist. So being an artist, you don't actually have to like rush in and like search for your art style, because you're just gonna limit yourself. You're gonna limit yourself. You're gonna say like, okay, I had enough, like I cannot find my own art style. It's because you're limiting yourself. You saw someone online that actually used colored pencils to create something like that, and it has like millions of views. In this case, I'm just gonna speak about that SpongeBob moment. And then you're trying to use your colored pencils in order to create something similar to it, and then you end up giving up because you think that you're not good enough. What if your drawings could look 50 times better? And what if your like destiny is to actually draw with graphite? and you're not giving yourself a chance because you saw that someone else actually succeeded with that. And those kind of successes are like short-term successes. In 10 years, those videos are not going to be popular anymore. That's the thing, like what if you're meant for something much more, but you limited yourself with colored pencils because you saw that someone else actually did it? It's okay to go through a certain process when it comes to that. Like you can experiment with colored pencils, with charcoal, with graphite, but just give yourself a chance to be curious, to experiment, to give yourself the freedom to actually try out new things, different things, and not being limited by like, okay, I need to find my own art style, because that's not important. It's just an invented word. So you could get even more confused what you actually want, what you actually need, and what you're actually supposed to expect from yourself. I think that we got everything so wrong. I think that we really got this art style wrong. So guys, please, don't try to look for your art style. Be curious, experiment, give yourself the time to actually do it. Nothing that you want, like not any success came overnight, so you can not expect that something will just happen. And just like being an artist means that if you truly want to be an artist and if you truly are meant to be one, you're gonna learn and you're gonna keep creating and you're gonna work your whole life, because that's what being an artist actually is. So release yourself from the actual idea that you need to find your own art style and you need to stick to it, because you're gonna just limit yourself as an artist. Maybe you're meant for so much more and you're just limiting yourself in this way because someone else is doing that and you saw that they're doing a better job than you are now at this point in your life. Just stay curious. Like, give yourself a chance to explore. Give yourself a chance to try different things. And just forget about the word and about the idea of trying to find your own art style, because it's so wrong. Just give yourself the freedom. Being an artist means being free. That's the whole beauty of us being artists. So just remember this. Every time you start having those like confusions in your head, just remember this. Trust me, your life would be much more happier, more relieving, more calm, because you released yourself from a certain belief that is completely wrong. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I truly hope that you find this helpful. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, that would be like really good. Share this video if you want with whoever you think that this video might seem like helpful. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching. And of course, leave a comment. I would really like to hear your opinion about this. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I see you in another video. Bye, guys.